Aya, turn. Number 2, go. Aya, turn. Number 2, go. Okay. Turn, number 2, go. Front punch. Front kick. Back punch. Turn. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am. All right, pull out those invisible jump ropes again and start jumping them. There we go. If you could get a pad and hold it from that Caleb. No. Thank you, sir. Hand pat. Thank you, sir. And time set to left side. Ow! Karate combination number 3. Karate combination number 3. Caleb, I'm going to move you so you're not standing between anybody. Number 3, remember this back fist up front side kick back punch. You're going to do number 1. So you got 2 punches. Yeah? All right. Ready, go! 2, number 3. Turn, number 3, go! Back fist again, side back punch. Turn, number 3, go! To the inside kick back punch. Turn, number 3, go!
Forward on that front punch.
Back fist.
Good. You got to keep back punch too. Front punch and back punch.
Turn!
Yeah.
Thank you, Grayson, for that. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Number 4, go! Front punch, back leg front kick, reverse side kick, back punch. Aya! Aya! Turn! Number 4, go! Front punch, back leg front kick, reverse side kick, back punch. Turn, number 4, go! There we go, loud Aya. Turn! Ready, go! Front punch, back leg front kick, reverse side kick, back punch. Reverse. Back punch. And pull up the visible jump ropes again. Yes, ma'am. And start jumping. There we go. Still moving. And go put those invisible jump ropes away. Yes, ma'am. Say yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
We're gonna do one more different type of jump. You're gonna go forwards and back. Go.
Ma'am.
And time. Take a knee. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And sit down on your bottom. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Butterfly stretch. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Make your feet kiss. There you go. And you're gonna try to put your chest to your toes. Everybody say positive self-expectancy.
Positive self-expectancy.
And goals attainment. All right. So this week we are talking about life as a self-fulfilling prophecy. A person usually gets what he or she actively expects over the long run. Actively means you're working for the thing that you want to become. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So that goal, that dream of black belt, you have to be working for it. You got to be practicing at home. Yes?
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
But you also have to show the work in class so you can learn. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody say actively.
Actively.
Actively means you're active about it. You got to be working for it. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Caleb, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And long run means I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be a thing. I have to show that practice. I have to show every day that I'm working hard in class. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
I have to show every day, even though the next day might be the same, and the next day might be the same, and the next day might be the same. The more I work for it, the more I move up into those higher levels, like closer to black belt, and then I get to where Mr. Crane is right now, and I'm almost a black belt. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
1 month, right?
Yes, ma'am.
1 month, guys.
Conditional.
1 month that you should be conditional. Yes, ma'am? Yeah. You got a little bit longer, right, Grayson? All right, everybody stand up, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take your legs, lean to the side.
Yes, ma'am.
I know this is just a little weird. Something different that we haven't done yet. And now go to your other side. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am. Stand up.
Yes, ma'am. And up.
Ma'am.
Into the middle.
Ma'am.
And stand up. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Grab your commas. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Caleb, come on up here. I'm going to teach you. If you have a chance, sir, if you'd like to. Caleb, I'm going to put you in this square. I'm going to let you be about 5 more minutes. Sure. Hold on to these. Yes, ma'am. First 2 minutes. All right. Prepare for column 1. And begin.
Column 1. And down and cross your thumbs. Kind of like an X. Just like that. You already did that. Come out straight. Powerful arms. Good. Now, our first move. Our first move. Step back.
Sides, so you got to do the box
Step
here,
back.
and then hold that move nice and strong.
Turn our hips.
All right.
That's it. Move back.
Above your head.
Okay. Grab
And reset. Yes, ma'am.
column one.
Who plans on performing column 1 at the tournament?
Once.
Grayson
Step back.
and Tyler. And prepare for column 1. Oh, pay attention. As if you are performing it at the tournament. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So we say intense.
Intense.
Intensity is not just the look that you have on your face, but it's how loud you do it, how strong you do it. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You gotta cross it.
Judges like to see how strong you are with your moves. Yes, ma'am?
Step back.
Yes, ma'am?
Turn.
Wasn't just getting Tyler, I was saying everybody. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, come on!
Ma'am.
And begin! Two forward and then bring backwards.
This hand goes down.
Forward and then two back. 1. Just take it to
This hand goes up. This hand.
Reset,
goes
yes, ma'am?
down.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That
Any
is
question?
the first. That's actually the first.
You're good? Okay. Thank you, Ms. Marina. Thank you, Thomas. Put them off to the side. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the left side. Karate combination number 1. Ready to go. Oh, Marina, nice and fast. Return.
I played for
Number 1, go.
right now.
Turn number 2, go.
Sword.
Number 2, turn number 2, go.
Stay left. Gotta stay up.
Turn number 3, go. Turn number 3, go.
Block my sword.
Turn number 4, ready, go.
Reset back facing this way.
Turn number 4, go.
All right. And prepare for combo 1. Combo 1, sir.
And come protection, yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am? You're right. You guys were right. Miss Christensen was wrong. There is no yes, ma'am on an attention.
Those words.
All right.
Yep.
Let me have Grayson and Marina come on over here and get a kick shield. Yes, ma'am? Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Move number 1.
All right.
Remember, we're going to step out.
Hi, ladies on the front line. Turn around. Yes, ma'am? Turn around. Have another part.
This hand goes up.
You guys
This
are going
hand
to
goes
do
down.
your karate combinations 1 through
Nice.
4 against the kick shield with your partner. Yes,
Excellent.
ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So your partner holding the kick shield is going to say number 1, and then you're going to do number 1. They're going to say number 2.
We're
You'll
going
do
to
number
step
2.
forward.
They'll say number 3. You'll do number 3. And number 4, you'll do number 4. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Back foot.
If you're holding the
And
kick
we're
shield,
gonna-
remember to move back because your partner's moving forward. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Everybody come to attention. Face your partner. Felt good to see you. And begin. Kick shield and
Yes, ma'am. So,
all right. Did you have fun there? Yes? Okay. Can I take those back? Thank you very much. All right, come on over here, Caleb. Would you like your case
What are we doing here? No touch back punch? All of our combinations? Okay, let's start with number 1.
Okay, I'll have you
Nice. Combination number 1, no touch back punch. Good. Combination number 2. Number 2. Drop punch, drop kick, back punch. Drop punch. Which hand you playing? Oh, that's right. You didn't have. I didn't thought you had something signed up. All right.
All right, have you done all 4? Okay. Have you done all 4? Yes, ma'am? All right, face your partner, come to attention. Bow for a seat. Hand the kick shield over to your partner. 2 partners, 2, 3, hold 4. And begin. That's okay. 1 through 4. And if you have done them, then you just repeat them. That's perfect.
All right, let's try it again. Now, try combination number 1. Front hand is this hand. That's the flip. So, switch hands. There you go. Reset. Okay, try combination.
Behind. Good. Step behind.
Okay, try combination number 2. Good. Front.
Oh, you made it on you.
Only a front kick. That was actually at the side. Front kick. Foot is straight up. Put your belly towards the half.
That way, hold on, you don't have to.
There you go. All right, let's try number 2 again.
Yes. Remember that.
Try combination number 2. Good. All right. Set.
Nice.
Try combination number 3. Nice.
There you go. Nice. That's great.
Now, number 3. Yes. 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 All right. Okay. Okay, reset. Try combination number 4. That's it. Okay, let's try that one again.
Oh.
Yep. You had the motion. You're good. All right, let's do it again. Good. Good. Front punch. Up, up, up. Good. Back leg, front leg.
And time. Everybody face your partner. Come to attention. Stop courtesy. Say thank you, partner. Go and take those kick shields, put them against the mirror in front of you guys. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, guys. Hands right back.
Ma'am.
Ma'am.
All right, so we have tournament coming up, yes?
Ma'am.
As well as testing, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, testing is next week, so make sure you guys continue to practice all 4 of your karate combinations, as well as Kama 1 and Chun-Ji. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are a blue belt, make sure you guys are practicing everything you've learned, like Wanyo, Tangu, Tosan, and all of your combinations. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All 16 of them.
Yes, ma'am.
It sounds like a lot. I saw Claire's eyes get big. You know 4 of them now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You learn 4 every belt. You'll know 16 by the time you're a blue belt. There you go. All right, come to attention. Everybody say tournament.
Tournament.
Who remembers how to give a presentation for the tournament? Who's been working on memorizing that? You've been, okay, fantastic. All right, let's hear those presentations. So come to attention, you get up to the center judge, and then you go. Proudly representing Miles by Karate Authority. My name is. My instructor is. With your permission. Your basics. What form are you doing? That's okay. That was from a different tournament. What form are you doing?
Chun-Ji.
I will now begin Chun-Ji, or I'll perform Chun-Ji. There you go. Then you come to attention. Good job, Gracie. You'll get to the center of the ring. You're in the center of your square already, so you'll probably have to move backwards. And then you prepare for your form. Ready? Prepare for your form.
Chunji.
Which form is it?
Chunji.
Okay, raise your hand if you're doing Chunji. Raise your hand if you're doing Wanyo. Oh, if you're doing commas, Grayson, you can grab your commas. There we go. Wanyo, fantastic. All right, guys, prepare for your form.
Chunji.
First two moves. Ready? Go. Wait, that's four moves, Sophia. Reset, yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go through a mock tournament. Woo! Mock means pretend. So you guys get a feeling of what it's gonna be like. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Oh, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I have 3 parents, it looks like. I don't? You just have to sit where you're at. All right. All my students, come over here. We're going to make a line. If your form's comma form, you're going to
Ma'am.
pick your commas.
3-second bell.
There you go. Yes. Remember those
Take it down.
vowels. And go and sit on this line right here.
3-second bell. 1.
This line right here.
No, we're.
I'm intentionally making
You
sure
said
that
make
this
a line.
vowel. This
So we have to
tape
balance.
line, you're going to have a seat. You can move.
Yes, ma'am.
Grayson, all right. Well, the place is closest to you are not taking Grayson. There we go. All right, so at the tournament, you've got 3 judges. So look, 1, 2, 3. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Miss Maria's dad. I don't think your dad knows who's a judge. You're a judge. You get to watch them. And you're going to give their presentation. All right. Now we're going to say confident.
Confidence.
Make sure you guys have those loud, confident voices. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Because the music's going to be turned up a little bit. You got the judges have to be able to hear you. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And you will stand right out here. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to say this is where actually, what center judge? She's right there. So you'll be right about here. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
There you go. You don't want to get in the judge's face, right?
No, ma'am.
I'm saying no, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
You want to give a little bit of space, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So, for example, I'll give an example real fast. I'm going to be over here, and I'm going to wait for the sport teacher to call my name. Where's Christensen?
This is
I know.
Christian.
Judges! Proudly representing Mile High Karate in Thornton. My name is Miss Christensen. My instructor is Grandmaster Stephen Oliver. With your permission, I will now begin my form, Chun-Ji. And I see enough. So attention, I bow crazy. I say thank you, judges! And then, I'm not in the middle yet, so I gotta scoot back. There won't be something telling you where the middle is. You just gotta guess. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Chun-Ji, judges! Ah! Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This first time around, we will go through the entire form. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Question.
We do go through the whole entire one.
Yes.
This was before you said that.
Okay, yes. This first time around, I'll have you go through your entire form. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say, Miss Christensen was looking at all the judges. She didn't just stare at the one in the middle. She looked at the one on the side, and then back to the middle, and then the other side.
Just like I do during class. I look all over the classroom. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
But I take a second and I make eye contact. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
That eye contact shows my confidence. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Oh, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If you have commas, you want to lay them on the ground in front of you until your name is called. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
Oh, yes, ma'am?
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
All right. We're going to start. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't know which side to start with. Miss Number. You want to hear it first? Yeah. Grayson, you've had a tournament before. Grayson! Oh, wait, you got it. Remember, not from the line. You want to, Gracie, take your comments with you. Hold on, Grayson. Here you go. Thank you for being so loud that the judges can hear you all the way from the back line. Now remember, the back line is where everybody else is. Yes, ma'am? When it's your turn to shine. Yes?
Yeah.
So you want to step out into the spotlight. Get in front of that center desk. There you go. Oh, keep your comments. You can keep them in your hand. There you go.
My name is Grayson Crane. My instructor is Grandmaster Stephen Elwood. With your permission, I will now be Corner 1. Thank judges.
And then if you're in the back line, you can cheer along.
Corner 1 now. Hey.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Grayson will come to attention. He'll bow courtesy. And because he's one of the first of 3, he'll go straight back and sit down. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
If you're one of the first 3, you'll go back, sit down, but then know that the judges will call your name again. Yes, ma'am? When they call your name again, you just go to the middle and you wait. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
They'll give you your scores, you'll tension about courtesy, and then take a seat. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
And the judges will coach you through that as well. Yes, ma'am? All right, Miss Clara.
Judges, currently representing my library in Thornton, Colorado. My name is Claire Stevenson. My instructor is Grandmaster Stephen Oliver. With your permission, I will now present my lead. Change it. Change it. Hey!
Miss Sophia.
My name is Sophia Lennon. I'm instructor in Grandmaster Stephen Oliver. With your permission, I will now perform my
Woo! Woohoo! Guys, you can cheer her up from the back. There you go.
Yeah.
Woo! And so those are the first 3. What would happen is Grayson's gonna stand up, and he'll go to the middle, and then he'll get his scores. 10.0, 10.0, 10.0. Woo!
Yeah.
And then, yeah, see bow courtesy, then he goes take seat. Then Miss Clara. With bow courtesy. 10.0, 10.0, 10.0. Woo! Miss Sophia.
Yeah.
All right, those first 3's got their scores. English today, my goodness. Then it's the next person's turn. Tyler.
Yeah.
beat. There you go.
10, 10, 10.
There you go. Marina!
Yeah.
She'll go to score 10, 10, 10.
Yeah.
All right. At this point, what you guys will see since you've run through your whole ring, you'll most likely see the center judge get up, walk over to the scorekeeper, to either corner of the score, wherever the scorekeeper was, and they'll have a conversation. And they'll start pointing at things and making sure. And then the scorekeeper will hand them a piece of paper, and they'll go back to one of the side judges, would grab trophies and stuff, and they'll all come to the middle of the ring, and you will all stand up. Don't worry, the center judge won't call you through what you're doing. Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
All right, and then they'll call your names and give you your trophies. You'll shake hands with every judge. Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
If you don't feel comfortable shaking hands, that's okay. You can offer an elbow. Just let them know you don't feel comfortable. Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
All right. Elbow, or just maybe the judge is comfortable, they might have to use elbow as well. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
All right. Understand that, yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
Face our judges. Come to attention. Okay, please. Say thank you, judges.
Thank you, judges.
Now you guys know what it's going to be like. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
Or turn your square.
Ma'am.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Wow. And don't worry, if you guys have a free brain moment, it happens. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
A judge will help you. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
But you can also continue forward like it never happened, even if it's the wrong moves. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Just everyone say confidence
Confidence
is the key.
is the key.
Confidence is the key in the tournament. You want to do your best and just be confident and have fun. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
So if I go up, judges, proudly representing, I want to be super loud, and I want to be super strong, and I want to know what I'm doing, even if I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, performing, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, judges. Blah, 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 judges. I just pretend like I know exactly what I'm doing. I don't know what form that was. I just made it up. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay to do. You just want to do your best and be confident with what you do. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ready, set, select, out! Ah! Cody combination number 1, go! Turn 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 number 2, go! Turn number 3, go! Turn
Ma'am.
number 4, go! And reset back to your exam, Sam.
Ma'am.
Let me have. I'm gonna save that one for last. Grayson, come on up here. Thank you for that loud yes, ma'am, Grayson. Grayson's turning in his gray stripe worksheet and his karate practice log. Give him 1 clap. Give him 2 claps. Say woohoo! Woo! Guys, he was afraid of starting kindergarten, and it's been great so far. That's awesome. Say woohoo! Woo! All right, thank you, Grayson. There you go. Let me have Sophia come on up here. Sophia is turning in her book club card and her self-discipline sheet. She's practicing her karate forms without being asked, and she's using her manners and cleaning up after dinner. Give her one clap. Give her 2 claps. Give her you rock.
You rock.
It's Lemonade War. It's a book. It's on your book club card. I certainly hope it's a book. Is it a good book? Is it about lemonades fighting? Something like that. All right. So woohoo! Woo! All right, Tyler, come on up here. Oh, Tyler is turning in his karate practice log. Give him one clap. Give him 2 claps. Say you rock.
You rock.
There we go. So his kicks are slowly improving. All right. And let me have. I want to make sure these are all the same. I'm assuming they are. Miss Clara, come on up here. There you go. Thank you for that strong bow courtesy. Miss Clara is turning in her healthy eating, her jobless, her book club card. She's reading Harry Potter series. Woo. Her self-discipline, her karate practice log, and her gray stripe worksheet, as well as 2, not 1, but 2 victory notes. Clara set herself the goal of reading the first Harry Potter book over the summer before school starts. And when she realized she was running out of time, she drastically increased her reading time to meet her goal. On the last day, she read 6 chapters to achieve her goal. Everyone say, woo! That is so awesome. Did you stay up super late to do that?
No.
Okay, good, because I used to do that.
You
You
just for a little bit of a laugh.
Okay, it's better than staying up till 4 a.m. reading a book and then falling asleep on the book. I've done it. Don't do it, guys. It's fun to read, but then you don't get much sleep for the next day. All right, guys. She also has another victory note. It says, on our last day of moving, we had to move a lot of stuff from our previous house, and nobody was having fun. The first trip went horribly, partly due to Clara showing no motivation to get the task done. We had to talk about teamwork and how when one of us drags our feet, the rest of us have to work twice as hard. And on the second trip, she was so motivated. You would think she was leading the effort. And we got her round of applause. Woo! Awesome job. I'll give you the rest of your homework too. You might want that too. All right. Super important helping out, right? Maybe I'll recruit her the next time I have to move. All right, guys. Hand budget back. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tournament.
Tournament.
Tournament this Saturday. You should have already received in your email your ring assignments. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So just in your email, you should have your ring assignments. Or say tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Last day.
Last day.
Anything.
Anything.
Turned in.
Turn it in.
So tomorrow is the last day to turn anything in. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
That's your gray stripe. That's your attempts promote. That's any of your colorful stripe work. That's your blue stripe. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Remember, you need your intents promote, 2 blue stripes and 2 gray stripes in order to be able to promote, as well as at least 6 colorful stripes. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
All right, so make sure you guys have those turned in, ready to go.
Yes, ma'am.
Hands on your back.
Yes, ma'am.
Practice for the tournament because it's going to be super exciting. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Black Belt Creed. As a dedicated student of martial arts, I live my life by the principles of Black Belt. Modesty, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. Counter tension. Balcony. Loud and proud position.
Ma'am.
My life karate is the best, ma'am. Awesome. All right. We don't have any master club. Leadership, you'll need your notebooks, your pens, and a coach if you need help taking notes. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Go.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brock. You're welcome. You're welcome, sir. I'll talk to Courtney with her homework right before 11 night. Forgot my kid. Oh no. My note taking is going. All right, guys. This week we're talking about law number 4. Say 4. Everybody say 4.
4.
Law number 4 is the law of Mount Everest. Law number 4 is the law of Mount Everest. And the law of Mount Everest states, as the challenge escalates, the need for teamwork elevates. As the challenge escalates, the need for teamwork elevates. So what does that mean, Grayson?
Like that means that someone goes to Mount Everest.
And they what?
Really free.
Yes, the top of Mount Everest is very freezing, and I do have a story about that. So everybody give Grayson one clap. Thank you for answering. So as the challenge escalates, the need for teamwork elevates. What does escalate mean? Ms. Clara.
I'm not sure, but I'm just guessing.
Okay.
Like going higher.
Going higher. Give her one clap. As it gets higher. If something gets higher, it probably gets bigger, right?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
So as the challenge gets bigger, as the challenge gets more difficult, the need for teamwork elevates. What does that mean, Tyler? What does that mean to you? What do you think? Well, I need you, if you're going to tell me something, you got to tell me after class. I need you to answer the question. What does the need for teamwork elevates mean? To help climb Mount Everest. Give a little clap. Miss Marina, what does the need for teamwork elevates mean? Yes, elevates mean to you?
So when you're like starting off, I don't need that much time, but like the more you get into something, the more help you're gonna need from other people.
Yes, fantastic. Give her one clap. Give her 2 claps. Say booyah.
Booyah.
In a nutshell, that's the chapter. In a very short, small nutshell, that's the whole chapter. When you first start something, you might not need help. It's a small task, right? Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
When you first start karate, you got to learn your 3 student creeds, right?
Yeah.
That's a small task, yes?
Yeah.
But then when you move into level 1, you start needing to memorize the forms and the combinations. Every next belt, you have more forms and more combinations that you have to remember, right?
Yeah.
As the challenge escalates, maybe the challenge is the things you're learning here at karate. As the challenge escalates, the need for teamwork elevates. So if maybe Miss Sophia is struggling with a form that she knows, Grayson knows, she can ask Grayson for help. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Because we work as a team here, yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
And we don't say you guys can't talk to your friends on the bench and ask for their numbers and maybe even create practice sessions at home, little play dates where you also practice karate. You can do that. You can work together as a team to practice your things. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, Tyler? Can you work as a team to practice with friends? Yes, ma'am? Thank you. So that's not just in karate, but that's everywhere. If a task gets bigger, it's okay to ask for help because the need for teamwork becomes stronger. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
When you're climbing Mount Everest, the first people to climb Mount Everest or to try to climb Mount Everest, if they tried it on their own, they didn't make it. Who knows what Mount Everest is? Some of us do not know. Okay, Mount Everest. Grayson, what is Mount Everest?
It's a really cool place when you get to the top, and Mount Everest is really high.
Mount Everest is really high. It's so high, in fact, that it is the tallest mountain on Earth. And when you get to the top, there is so little oxygen that you need help breathing with oxygen tanks. Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
Were you going to ask that?
No, I was gonna ask. Is it not?
It's big, but the largest mountain on Earth is Mount Everest. There you go. So the law of Mount Everest, as the task gets bigger, you need to work as a team. If you guys went to climb Pikes Peak is 14,000 feet tall. Pikes Peak is one of the many 14ers here in Colorado. You can do it by yourself. You just put on a backpack, you carry your stuff, you walk to the top. Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
But if you go to Mount Everest, let's see, Mount Everest is 29,035 feet tall. That's almost twice the size of Pikes Peak. And the air gets thinner. You have a lot more things that you have to carry. So you need a team to help you. Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
Or say no one
No one
should underestimate
should underestimate
the difficulty
the difficulty
of the climb.
of the climb.
If at any point you as a team, you or a part of your team is struggling, it's okay to ask for help. If you start struggling even just a little bit, ask for help from a teammate. Yes, ma'am?
Now,
That's where don't underestimate the difficulty of the climb. Don't think that it's not difficult because somebody else was able to do it. Ask for help. Yes, ma'am?
now,
It takes a team to accomplish the dream.
now.
Everybody say teamwork
Teamwork
makes the dream work.
makes the dream work.
There you go. So when you guys are thinking about this and applied to your team, first I want you guys to think, what is your dream? Identify what your dream is. What's the team's dream? What's the team's goal? Because remember, a goal is just a dream until you write it down.
Now,
What is your goal as a team? Make sure you write it down so it's actually a goal. Yes, ma'am?
now,
That's step number one. What is my dream? Step number two is who is on my team. You have to figure out who's on your team. Who's going to help you? If your dream is to accomplish black belts, are your parents on your team? Well, they brought you here, right? Right, Grayson? Marina, your parents brought you here, right? They're on your team. They're helping you get to black belt. They're bringing you here. Then you've got the people here in class. They help work with you as partners, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
You also have Mr. Crane who jumps on the floor to help out during your class. Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
Or any of the other pipe cyclers or black belts who step out to help with your classes. Yes?
now,
Yes, ma'am?
now.
Right, Tyler? Yes, ma'am? All right. So those are all people who are on your team for black belts. If you have other teams or other goals, you can find out. You just look around. Who's helping you accomplish that dream? And you write them down. That's how you identify who's on your team. Then number three, you want to figure out what should my dream team look like? What does my dream team look like? Ideally, I will have somebody, if I can't drive myself, I'll have somebody who's supportive, who will drive me to where I need to go to accomplish the dream. Yes? I'll have somebody to practice with, somebody to teach me what I need to know in order to accomplish the goal. Yes, ma'am? Okay, so those are the three things you need to know, or the three things you should identify to figure out what your Everest is. What's your dream? What's your goal? How are you going to accomplish it? You need to know who your team is, because remember, the dream could start out like this, but don't underestimate the dream, because it can get bigger, and you'll need help from your team. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
Now,
All right. Now these are more for our adults, so I'm going to go through these ones faster. If you guys are developing a team, you want to be able to grow your team. First step to doing that is you have to develop your team members. You always want to give team members on your people on your team a chance to grow and develop. Then you need to add key team members. You got to figure out where you have spaces that are getting missed, and then you got to find people to fill those spaces that have the skill that you need to accomplish that team goal. Sometimes You'll need different kinds of leaders in charge. So you got to figure out, is this type of leader helping the team or is it not helping the team? If it's not helping the team, then we got to figure out, how do we change that leadership? Yes, ma'am? And then you want to remove the people who are ineffective, which means they're not able to do their job. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes we don't have skills, just like the law of the niche. We're skilled in some places, but not others. I might be able to kick and punch, but I can't do stances. So I have really good combinations, but I don't have really good forms. So I want to start with more combinations than I do forms. Everybody has their different specialties. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
That's just one example. Sometimes you gotta change the team. So once again, if you guys are thinking about the law of Mount Everest, it takes a team to make the climb. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
It takes a team. When you're climbing Mount Everest, there's many different stops. There's many different stops. You've got base camp at the bottom of the mountain. This is where most of the team stays. They get the food to this point, and then they have a small group of people who transport it to the next base camp. That's a little higher on the mountain. Less people go here, but you got to have a group of people who bring the food to here, who bring the food and the oxygen and all the other things that you might need, like warm clothes, to the next point, and so on, so forth, until Tyler's commas are going to be the top of Mount Everest. Woo. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
You have all these different stops along the way that you have to climb up. You have a whole bunch of people down here, and the team gets a little bit smaller, but you can't make it to here without the base camp. Yes, ma'am?
Ma'am.
You have to have a whole team behind you, because if you take out this base camp right here, these people, this is too far for them to bring supplies. So then this base camp suddenly doesn't exist. So then this one doesn't exist. This one doesn't exist. This one, so you never make it to the top. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's ever stacked cups? If you take out the bottom cup, what happens? It falls down. You all have to work together as a team to reach taller heights. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
You got to have a bigger base, right, to create a taller cup tower?
Ma'am.
All right. Just like our goals that we accomplish with our team. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everybody stand up.
Yes, ma'am.
Capture attention. Wow, Gracie. Thank you, guys. And clean up your squares. Have a great day.
Ma'am.
I look forward to see you guys at the tournament.
That's great. What do you want me to say right now?
Thank you.
Good, great, great.
When you're ready.
All right.
Winning black belts have an overall attitude of personal optimism and enthusiasm. Winners know that life